Hey everybody, thanks for having me on, Kitty and Jamie and everyone else out there. This is Tom Hoffarth. I'm in Redondo Beach right now. I'm the former store board council member and chair, but in particular to this story about my delightful coffee journey enlightenment, I have to go back to 2014 before I can explain the rest of the story. And that's when I was training to be the first manager of the Redondo Beach store. And Sam Bills, who was the manager of the Pasadena store, was my Sherpa on this journey, my trainer, my sensei. And his rule of thumb was you have to know everything about the store, about every item, everything you can know about it. Well, when it got to coffee, I knew nothing because I was never a coffee drinker. I didn't really like the smell. I was never coffee friendly. So how was I going to do this? We had samples for the customers, and so all right, I would take samples and try it out, and I go, wow, this is really powerful stuff. And Sam always suggested to brew the coffee as powerful as possible. And now I know how he became my first enabler in this journey down this dark road. So, pure black coffee, no other cream, nothing else, and it was really, really good. And it kept me going, and I loved Equal Exchange, I loved Level Ground, I loved everything we had. I became a fair trade coffee junkie. So my wife Rhonda would brew it at home every morning on just the standard electric, coffee thing machine, whatever we called it. She'd make a pot a day, and the problem was I could not stand to see any of it poured down the drain at the end of the day. So I said, let me pour it in a coffee cup and put it in the fridge. So the next morning I started sampling it, and you know what? I like cold coffee better, as it turned out. I never thought I'd love hot coffee, let alone cold coffee. We had no fancy French press, no pour over machine. So I decided I was going to take this to another level and make my own cold brew coffee, but I would use the fair trade coffee that we would have in the store. So we found a New York Times recipe, very simple recipe. It involved getting a mason jar or a ball jar, which was great because it has the measurements on the side. You pour a cup of ground coffee into this. You add 3 cups of cold water, and you let it set on the counter overnight. Next morning, you strain it. You strain it twice to get all the grounds out of it. Strain it into another ball jar. Now you have about 2.5 cups of cold brew coffee, and it's really concentrated. So you have to add another 2.5 cups. That gives you 5 cups of really strong, cool coffee. And also, if you want to help yourself out later in the week, you pour it in the ice cube tray and you put it in the freezer, and you've got some iced coffee cubes. There you go. Great for snacking, great for the kids. So, and the grounds, of course, go into the composter. So, for me, I can't start the day without enjoying my cup of cold brew coffee at my desk while I work. I work from home, so this whole pandemic working at home isn't really different for me. I refill my cup a few times a day, and I really know if I don't have the right stuff that my day is not going to be very good. So, helps me stay awake and creative, and no more Diet Cokes, no more 5-hour energy, cold brew, fair trade coffee. So that's my coffee story. Now, if you're interested in how to repurpose a 10,000 village twisty snipper from Noah's Ark, not just for gardening, great for pandemic haircuts, which is why I'm wearing my hat. It didn't come out so great, but it's a lettuce cutter. What's it supposed to do? But if you want to freak your mom out on Mother's Day, cut your own hair with one of these pair of things, and you'll make a great story for years to come. So, thanks for your time. Drink up.